Doy las gracias al ministro de Relaciones Exteriores de Singapur. Doy ahora la palabra a la excelentísima señora Justice Ntomen Mahara, viceprimera ministra, ministra de Asuntos Parlamentarios de Lesoto.
Thank you, Mr. President Emmanuel Macron, the Secretary General of the United Nations, Your Excellencies. It is my honor and privilege to address this esteemed conference. I would like to express Lesotho's gratitude to Costa Rica and France for their role in co-hosting the third United Nations Ocean Conference. This year's theme, accelerating action and mobilizing all actors to conserve and sustainably use the ocean, is appropriate as we face global challenges, including the ongoing deleterious effects of climate change, which affect the achievement of Sustainable Development Goals, specifically SDG 14, on the conservation and sustainable use of oceans, seas, and marine resources. Excellencies, as you may be aware, my country, Lesotho, is a mountainous, landlocked country with no access to the sea. Therefore, participating in this conference is a true testimony of Lesotho's commitment to join the rest of the international community in working towards contributing to the conservation and sustainable use of the ocean. Equally important, we intend to use this platform to demonstrate our national commitments in support of the implementation of SDG 14. It is also important to know that Lesotho recognizes the important role of a healthy marine environment and ecosystems, sustainable fisheries, and sustainable aquaculture for food security and nutrition. To this end, and notwithstanding our landlocked status with no direct access to the ocean and associated marine resources, we are committed to the cause. Over and above that, Lesotho has numerous inland water bodies, including rivers, large dams, wetlands, and reservoirs. These large water reservoirs have increased the native fish populations, thus leading to the development of fisheries as a source of livelihood. To date, Lesotho ranks #1 in Africa for trout fish exports, thus generating jobs, providing food for the local communities, and bringing in much-needed foreign currency. In this connection, Lesotho is also focused on conserving its wetlands and employing ecosystem-based adaptation strategies. Excellencies, I also wish to highlight that the head of state of the Kingdom of Lesotho, His Majesty King Letsie III, is the African Union Champion for Nutrition and the FAO Special Ambassador on Nutrition. For this reason, the country is further committed to advocating for food security and nutrition as a fundamental pillar of sustainable development. Furthermore, Lesotho continues to call for concerted action at all levels to recover momentum and accelerate efforts to end hunger and all forms of malnutrition. It is against this backdrop that we also join our voice in support of aquatic food systems, sustainable fisheries management, and promotion of sustainable food production from the ocean. We also add our voices and observe with regret that despite their importance, oceans are in a state of threat due to the adverse impacts of climate change, biodiversity loss, plastic and other pollution, as well as unsustainable fisheries and ocean acidification, mostly resulting from human activity. The onus is therefore on us to ensure that we do all possible to restore ocean health and protect marine areas. Excellencies, in advancing global efforts to achieve Sustainable Development Goal 14, the 1982 UNCLOS remains a fundamental and foundational instrument. It sets out the legal framework within which all activities in the oceans and seas must be carried out, including the conservation and sustainable use of marine resources. For a landlocked country like Lesotho, the importance of UNCLOS lies not only in the recognition of the rights and duties of all states in the governance of ocean spaces, but also in the emphasis it places on cooperation and equitable access to the benefits derived from marine biodiversity. Lesotho strongly upholds the principle that ocean governance must be inclusive and benefit all nations, irrespective of geographical positioning, because it is our common inheritance. Furthermore, the agreement on the conservation and sustainable use of marine biological diversity on areas beyond national jurisdiction, the BBNJ agreement, is another initiative that we warmly endorse. This historic document highlights the international community's shared commitment to preserving ocean health, especially in regions outside of national borders, and it strengthens multilateralism. The BBNJ agreement will play a critical role in achieving SDG 14 targets, especially those related to marine biodiversity, capacity building, and the sharing of marine genetic resources in a fair and equitable manner. Excellencies, Lesotho is pleased to announce that she has just signed the BBNJ agreement during the treaty event along the margins of this third United Nations Oceans Conference. This step highlights our national commitment to global ocean governance despite our being landlocked. Our signature is both symbolic and substantive, but most importantly, it signifies our solidarity with the global community in striving for an inclusive, legally sound, and equitable system for protecting the ocean's vast and shared resources. This initiative highlights our national commitment to contributing meaningfully to global ocean governance, despite our being a landlocked nation. In this context, we reaffirm the importance of enhanced international cooperation, technology transfer, and capacity building for developing countries, including landlocked developing countries like Lesotho. It is only through such collaborative measures that we can ensure the full and effective implementation of the BBNJ agreement and the realization of SDG 14 in its entirety. In conclusion, while Lesotho may not have a coastline, we firmly believe that the health of the ocean is a shared responsibility which transcends geography. The legacy we leave for future generations will be determined by what we do today. Therefore, let us seize this opportunity through instruments like the UNCLOS and the BBNJ agreement to strengthen international solidarity, promote equity, and accelerate collective efforts to restore, protect, and sustainably use our oceans. If we take care of them by letting them breathe, recharge, and recover, they will in turn take care of us. Lesotho stands ready to play its part in this global endeavor. I thank you.
Doy las gracias a la viceprimera ministra y ministra de Asuntos Parlamentarios de Lesotho. Doy ahora la palabra a la excelentísima señora Ana Paula Carvalho, ministra de Medio Ambiente de Angola.